What's good, YouTube? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through politics and jump and dive throughout the relationships so you don't drown too. As always, I am just the man just trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. You know, this gotta be the top 500 things of the funniest shit I've ever come across. Let's get it.
Imagine this. Imagine this. You go to a yacht in Miami. It's some NFL player's yacht or whatever. I don't fucking know. You're chilling at the dock. The boat does not leave. A whole hour goes by. The boat does not leave. And then the host of the boat comes and says, "Hey, all the girls come gather in the living room." So all the girls gather in the living room. Okay, he's like, all of you stand like in a circle, like against the perimeter of the living room. All the girls stand along the edge of the living room. Okay, he goes, you come here, you come here, you come here, you come here. Right, gathers a group of like maybe like 12 girls, and there's like 40 girls here. Right, he says, "I'm so sorry guys, like you got to get off the boat," to the 12 girls. And everyone's like, what do you mean? Like, what's going on? No one knows what's going on, right? And he's not giving an explanation. He's just like, yeah, you guys have to go. I don't have time to explain it. We have to have the boat take off. Like, there's no fighting this. Like, y'all gotta go. Okay? The girls, they get off
The patriarchy!
the boat. And obviously, they're very pissed because they spent time getting ready. They wanted to meet this fucking football player, whatever the fuck. They wanted to party.
And that's all the requirement was for them to show up and fix their hair and put on some clothes. That was the requirement. That's all. That's it. That's all. That was the table.
Right? The boat finally leaves. You hear homeboy host talking to some other guy, I don't fucking know, being like, "Oh yeah, bro, like we were way over capacity. Had to kick off the chopped ones." That's crazy.
I love how she came into this saying she doesn't know some fucking football player. She doesn't know. And yet, when all of that shit was going down, not only did she stay, she's pretending that she's so offended and for the girls in the hive. You knew it felt good that the other girls were chosen to get off the fucking boat, but you got to stay because ultimately you're in competition with other women. You know damn well the reason why you even stood. Like it's this shit right here. I am actually repulsed by the modern woman, even more so with Asian women, and that's a personal kind of thing. Like I grew up being infatuated with Asian women. You know, it, it hurts me a little bit more when I see modern Asian women, and of course, this is also like Asian women who are fucking retarded and they end up being like communist and shit. Like this is like you came from a two-parent household. You acting like as though you don't understand what it means to work for something. You know, again, it's crazy. And then, again, she's up on here and she's talking like as though she doesn't understand, and this is so wrong, and you know all of this other shit. But she stayed on that boat. She stayed on that boat though. So, Doomscroller says, "You guys are just too online. This isn't a normal experience, and most of you will never meet someone who has even been to one of these kind of parties. No, because we're men. There's a difference. You have these girls fighting for soft lives, and then they end up getting fucking hung by their husbands in Africa. You have these girls going to fucking Dubai and getting gangbanged and then getting their fucking spine broken, pissed and shit on, and left on the side of the road for dead. Right? These are, again, it's not all women. We know this, but it's a good portion. Once you get to a certain number, right, it doesn't have to be half. It doesn't even have to be 1/4. Once you get past like 15, 20%, 22% of women being fucked up, though it becomes common, right? They're the ones who are going to gatekeep normal women. They're the ones who are going to make sure to have their clutches in normal women so that the normal women become just like them and fucked up and degenerate just like them. Anyway, go to Miami, touch the beach, gang. Go out and meet some women, then you'll realize this is normal. It's not hard to meet a prostitute. It is for pro athletes with money. You just have not met any. I have because I cover pro sports and high level college sports, and the shit that thoughts do will shock your system, right? Again, if you got reputation and or money, the shit that these women do, they will even be with somebody and do this. And there's a way that this could have been avoided, so that this way she's not sitting there with her hand over her mouth, acting like this is 9/11 or something for soft girls or whatever the fuck it is, right? Or what is it? Evolving, developing soft girls. You want to know what it is? Taking that guy, because we all know all of these women, every single woman that's probably getting that probably looked at this on TikTok or whatever like that, that's offended, and giving that guy who you clearly know likes you, but you want to ignore him back home, a chance. You know who wouldn't kick people off of a fucking boat? That guy who's that nice. You labeled him nice guy and friend zoned him a long time ago, or put him on a back burner, right? He wouldn't kick you out. He would treat you like a princess, but you would not treat 80% of men like that. Guarantee you that athlete also wasn't Asian. Not sitting there saying race mixing is bad. I just feel fucking terrible that I'm getting more and more knowledgeable that when it comes down to Asian dating, how bad it's getting. When it, I'm not gonna even. I'm gonna leave it alone. I was called a racist last time I brought this up. I'm not gonna even say it again. It's sad. It's actually sad. A dude can't ask people to leave his party for whatever reason he wants. She's acting offended, but she stayed, and now she tells the tale. They clearly missed you. This big made up lie. No, I don't think so. It just means that. It, listen, most women are okay, bro. Most women. It's a hot take. Hot take. Most women are average in looks. That's the reason why it's called average, right? And then you add makeup, you add filters, you add all this up, you add angles and lighting. Listen, on a random stranger's boat, I don't be feeling bad for these situations these girls be getting themselves into. The fact she disses the man that kicks them off the boat, doesn't give us the name, which we probably all know, says a lot about her character. She doesn't name drop because she wants to be allowed to go back on the boat. Diabolical. Mind you, they have no problem being shorty number 4, shorty number 5, knowingly, if the guy has money or status. No problem with that. No problem with that. And again, this is the reason why when it comes down to the 666, right? Height, penis, money, material, or status and fame takes place over all of them, because I've seen women who have money, right? Have a guy with money, and they slowly move on to the guy who doesn't have money at the time, but he's an upcoming athlete, right? And she nesses all her eggs into that. It's status and fame. The idea is more enticing than status. Again, whatever. The West will naturally drift further into polygamy, similar to those taking multiple wives in other cultures. This also seems to be becoming much more prevalent in the West now too. Perhaps this is just the natural order of things. It's not. It's just we allowed shit to get too fucking goofy. He was over capacity and decisions needed to be made, so he chose the preferred over the not preferred. Very logical. He lives a life that is based on best stay, the lessers get cut. Question: did she get off the boat and protest, demand that they take her back? I'm sorry, did she get off the boat and protest, demand that they take her back, or did it boost her ego? No, she just puts her hand over her mouth afterwards and pretend that she was hurt. I think this is so funny. So many women are so very low value. It's just funny to me everything they use to not be themselves. Get yourself a good woman, guys. They're out there, but not out there at 2 a.m. If it's a boat full of wealthy women, who do you think gets on the boat? Not the chopped men. So spare me the sob stories. Women are actually worse when it comes to a guy's feelings. So, in female solidarity, the women who were picked to stay refused and got off the boat. Now, listen to me. Listen to me. We actually have a perfect example of how bad it is when women do it, and how normal and how natural it is for women to do it. There was an event that took place, and I've said this before, but now I actually have the video of it. In New York City, there was a woman who made a bot farm to trick a bunch of guys on dating apps to set up a date with her. And she gathered them all in New York City. I forgot what park it was called. All in New York City. And she made them compete for her. And I remember seeing this. And I remember the first dudes that was like, nah, fuck this, were black dudes. And I was like, yes! Fucking yes! But I was waiting on the white people too. And then you had some white dudes that was like, yeah, what the fuck is this? And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You ever seen the fucking, what was that movie? When they're fighting Predator and they do the fucking handshake? And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and, who you call it? I was like, yes! That's what, are we finally getting it, guys? This was just when I just started my channel too. My first channel on YouTube. Before it got nuked. This was right at the beginning of this. And I remember, anyway, and I remember seeing this. And you had a lot of dudes leave, but too many stayed and actually fought for her fucking approval. Right? Disgusting shit. But don't, and mind you, they tried to present it as hee ha ha. You had females that didn't see nothing wrong with this. Right? You had it covered on the news. YouTube covered it. Don't take my word for it. If you think I'm bullshitting, don't take my word for it.
It isn't easy. If you're single, I don't have to tell you, dating can kind of stink. But one woman took the whole double booking idea to a whole new level, making the dating game more like the Hunger Games for her attention. A sea of men waiting, standing around, all for one woman.
So, as you may or may not know, my name is Natasha, and I have a confession to make for everyone here. Everyone here today was brought here to be on a date with me.
Self-described actress, model.
Did you hear the white guy in the back? Put your mic closer to your face. You think you still got a chance? My sword.
And singer Natasha Aponte swiped right on all these men.
No beer bellies, no long beards, no bald guys, no khakis, no tongs. I don't know why, but I hate tongs.
She chatted with them online, talking to some of them months ago, and then told them, all of them individually, to meet her in Union Square for what they thought was a one-on-one date.
Some crazy social experiment is happening.
But much to their surprise, when they showed up, there were dozens and dozens of others. Perhaps most surprising, they would be competing against each other for Natasha's love from foot races.
You see that? You see that? Those are all betas of all groups, from all groups, betas. I don't know, like the thing is, I could understand if they were doing it for the love of the game to compete against each other, right? That would have been the ultimate fucking bro moment, right? At the end, they disengage from the woman, they're just competing against each other just to be dudes, because dudes can be dudes. They were doing it for her to have the chance at this fucking publicity stunt.
It's a test of strength, along with a string of odd questions.
I thought it was a pretty elaborate ruse. It didn't occur to me, I guess, the scale of it immediately. But at first, I was just like, oh, she tricked a bunch of people.
Misha was one of the dates, but left when he realized what was going on.
And I think a lot of people are probably ashamed to be there. So I think some people just quietly walked away. But it was a strangely obedient audience for the little bit of time I stayed.
Next, all the guys under 5'10" axe.
That's how frequent this is. It's so frequent that these guys are obedient to being blatantly disrespected. But some girl who gets kicked off of a yacht, punching way above her pay grade to have a chance, any chance that they get, are offended. You know the life that you put yourself into. It's a very shallow one.
All the guys looking for just a hookup also asked to leave.
Yo, could you imagine that? Could you imagine she's over here sitting here with 100 fucking plus something dudes? And yes, it was over 100 something plus dudes. And she's over here, she just acts bald people, people wearing khakis, 5'10", but dudes can't expect the fuck. She's not looking for love. Dudes can't crack. You won't let the dude. Yo, could you imagine winning this shit? And she's like, I'm not serious. And you like, yeah, me neither. Let's fuck. I should get something out of this. Who the fuck? Anyway.
She reportedly did pick a winner, but no word yet who it is. Aponte.
Newsflash, she didn't. She didn't. Because she's still single to this point. Or she did pick somebody. Again, it was all you, man, whatever. Why am I even talking? You fucking.
Pulling off the whole stunt with the help of Rob Bliss, the man behind viral videos like this infamous anti-harassment catcalling video from 2014. That video's been viewed more than 47 million times.
I remember this. This lady walked up and down for over 8 hours and she only got like 10 catcalls. She was purposely walking up and down. I'm sorry, even less. She got less than 10 catcalls. And it wasn't even really catcalls. It was just dudes actually doing what women want them to do now, right? Which is take the first step. Remember how they hated it? And now they're like, all the men that are men, why don't you take the first step anymore? Men won't take the first step anymore, and we're lonely. Please come back, men. Is anyone all right?
Okay, so the reaction so far is pretty varying. Men have actually taken to her Instagram to blast her for this stunt. Did she find love? We don't know yet. We'll find out on Thursday. That's when the official release of the video is happening.
You should be a goddamn shame of yourself, Playboy. You both of you. How both of y'all sit here smile? You people are disgusting. The fuck is that? Do they have anything else to add to this?
This is the thing. That girl is not going to be able to find a date in New York or the world for like a while.
It's hard enough. Well, you got a question,
she's going to be just fine.
I mean, I don't understand why guys just didn't walk away, but I did notice when the young gentleman said, well,
who the fuck are these people?
A lot of them, they were obedient. You two just busted out laughing. George and I are sitting there like...
Oh, so the two dudes is on the shit. They're just putting the fake smile on. They don't like it. I wonder why the girls are laughing and cheesing about it, right? And the two dudes is like, I wonder why. I wonder why. It's because they fucking know.
Well, I don't know what it says about men that they just decided they would sit there.
Do you think it's the competitive nature that kicks in? Like, oh, I'm going to compete for this woman. I don't know if I want her, but I want to compete. Men just like to compete? No?
Did you see George's face right there that says it all?
You saw that? You saw that? The look on this man's face, looking at the other dude, was like, yo, what the fuck is this retarded?
Not strangely obedient. Not strangely obedient, these two.
It would have been great if after she finally picked somebody, he said no thanks and left. This is currently Natasha appointee now. All of that shit in the past is she only has 1,318 followers. This is her now. This is her now. Oh shit, she says, got my love right beside me. Who? Is there a dude in the picture? No. Okay, well, that's her now. Congratulations. You did all of that shit to end up becoming nobody. Crazy. And mind you, so before anyone sits there and goes, oh, well, that doesn't really happen. If a girl was able to pull some shit like this off, a girl who did all of that shit, who just wanted to do it, didn't have any real status or fame, just did it, right? What does that say? What the fuck does that say? I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.